Can you see them? Can you see her? Will you let God show you? Her face instead of her body, her eyes instead of her clothes. Can you see him? Will you let God show you his name instead of his label? His heart that's broken instead of a hardened one. Can you see him? Will you let God show you the image of God and not the object of scorn? His worth to the Savior, where there's no worth to the world. Can you see her? Will you let God show you his heart for forgiveness instead of our heart for judgment? His blood that covers instead of our rules that condemn. Can you see them? Will you let God show you? And when you see, what then? Well, then we have to learn to love. My name is Danica Scott, and I'm going to be facilitating the Love to the Poor Grow group. We all grow up being conditioned by our upbringings, whether we are rich or poor. The marginalized are maneuvered into a state of learned helplessness, where they end up lacking the hope that they need to change their lives. Likewise, the wealthy are conditioned, or can be conditioned, into a state of learned blindness, where they're either unable to see or ignore the devastation of the local and the global poor. So what does God ask us to do amidst all of this? It's quite simple. He just asks us to break out of our conditioning. This is an invitation to learn to love the poor, to act justly, to learn to love mercy in its joy and in its pain, to learn to walk humbly with our God as he teaches us to be a minister of his grace. But it is also an invitation to get to know Jesus, his presence, his peace, his power, in a way that I am totally convinced is only knowable through intentional relationship with the poor. So if you want to know more, go to letsgrow.web.za.